internet friends, guess what? It's now time for an update on how 365 days of samples is going. This is the first update for 2018, so without further ado, let's get into the products. So I'm going to start with two products that I no longer have the packaging for just because they kind of came in something similar to this. It's just like a little plastic baggie with the samples and then like a little leaflet pamphlet. These are from Sephora. So the first product actually is by Tata Harper, and it was the Resurfacing mask. And so I heard so much about this mask initially. Actually, I heard so much about this line, about how it was amazing, how it can transform your skin, it helps retexturize, it helps, you know, just bring some natural radiance back to your face and just gives you this glow. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. Like everybody can use some more glow, so why not, like, bring it on. So it says use the product for 3 days straight and then kind of use it on a twice a week basis after that. So I'm like, okay, we can do this. The first day I tried the product, I put it on after I washed my face, and when that dries, holy crap, it dried so tight. It felt like my face was kind of shriveling in on itself. Like when they give the anatomy of, oh, when your face dries out, think of a raisin. It literally felt like my face was like all the moisture was being drawn out of it and it was slowly like sinking in on itself. It was so uncomfortable, and even saying certain words actually kind of hurt at times. Like it was so dry and it was so tight. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's gonna be worth it. It's just 15 minutes. I'll survive. Washed it off and nothing. Like no radiant glow, no, oh my god, my face is beaming, I look so youthful kind of thing. I'm not even that old. I look so youthful. But anyways, you get my point. Like there was nothing. Like if anything, my face was actually a little bit red from being irritated. So that was severely disappointing. So it said use for 3 days in a row, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to go through that again. So how else can we use this mask? Well, the Tata Harper line also has a regenerating cleanser. So it says if you want a midweek boost, you can pile this mask on top of the cleanser, and it just apparently works even better. Summing it up short again, it did the exact same thing as the first time, like no results, no nothing. The only difference this time is because you do have that creamy base underneath, it didn't dry as tight. So I would just say it dried to an uncomfortable point, but it didn't dry to a painful, uncomfortable point. So still disappointed, and I'm like, you know what? Third time's a charm. We got this. We only got one use left out of this thing. And I used it the same way I did the first time, just because you're only supposed to do that midweek boost once a week. So just put the product on straight up and completely dried my face again to that painful dry point. So needless to say, the Tata Harper Resurfacing mask is a no for me, just because that was so uncomfortable for me to wear. Yeah, so that was really disappointing because I know a lot of people seem to love it, and what they kind of claim this mask does, I was so excited for it, but it just wasn't for me. So the next product that I don't have a wrapping for, again, because it came in one of those little sample things, is the, I'm going to have to read this off the thing, the Origins Clear Improvements Active Charcoal Exfoliating Cleansing Powder to Clear Pores. Essentially, I feel like they just could have called it the Origin Clear Improvement Exfoliating Powder. But I'm not in marketing, so what do I know? So essentially what this is one of those powdered exfoliants you add a liquid to, most of the time either water or a cleanser or whatnot, and it kind of froths up and you got your exfoliator. So I was excited to try this because I do love those. I have a bad history with them because I did accidentally leave one open in my shower, and yeah, if you don't know what I'm kind of getting at, essentially it just kills your product because moisture gets into it and your product gets activated and then it's ruined and it's gone. So don't have such great history with these things, but I was excited to try it. I'm not sure why I need to tell you that, but anyways, the first time I used it, I just mixed it solely with water, and you do get this nice kind of gentle scrub, but you can still kind of feel that it's exfoliating your skin. I did find, however, there was random pieces that seemed to be a little bit more abrasive than others, so it wasn't a consistent kind of exfoliating. You got, most of the time it was gentle, and then every once in a while to get this sharp abrasive piece. So that was kind of little something to kind of just keep your mind on kind of thing. But the one thing I didn't like is that it felt really drying on my face, and I can't really blame the product for this one because it is a charcoal based product. Charcoal is meant more for people who have oilier skin or blemish prone skin just because it is good at detoxifying, and I have dry skin. So this product isn't necessarily something that is meant for someone with my type of skin, but I still wanted to try it anyways. So I used this product again by mixing it with a cream cleanser to see if it was a little different, and it definitely did help kind of gentlify the product, if that's one way of putting it. So you still got those kind of uneven exfoliations, but you still felt like your skin was being exfoliated, but because the base of it was a cream cleanser, it didn't feel as stripping. Sadly, it still is a little too much for my skin, even mixed in with the cream cleanser, so it's going to be a pass for me. But I think if you're somebody with oily skin or blemish prone skin, you might actually like this, so definitely give it a look. Now into products that I do still have the packaging for. The biggest disappointment I'm going to go here is with this one. This is the Dior Dreamskin Advanced Global Age Defying Skincare Perfect Skin Creator. I wish companies would just have simplified names for products like Dreamskin Advanced Skin Creator or Skin Perfector. Something simple. We don't need the mouthful of stuff. But essentially that is a long name for a overly scented primer-like lotion. I know when it comes to things like Dior, Chanel, Lancome, a lot of those kind of more luxury type lines, they usually do tend to have a fragrance to them. That's something I know, but I had a sample of it, so I still wanted to try it, and unfortunately that's exactly what this is. It's a very overly fragranted product. So unfortunately I can't use this. I used it once and the scent was just too much for me, so that was a bummer. I do have to say about the product itself is that it did feel really nice and sleek, silky on my skin. It is a skin perfector, so essentially it's a moisturizer that does have that silicone primer-like aspect to it. So it did make my skin feel great because it was kind of coated in silicones. But yeah, it did do good at what it said it did. It was just overly scented, so for me, that's a no. However, if you don't mind scents, you might actually like that product. So moving on to the next one, this is the HydrAction, or Dior HydrAction Deep Hydration Radical Serum. So essentially this is just a hydrating serum, and it felt great at first. It kind of came out in like a clear gel kind of like consistency that you just moisturize on, or you just massage onto your face, and then your skin's supposed to feel a bit more hydrated. And it was nice at first, but then it didn't really feel like it did anything. So it felt good at first and then it was just gone. And to kind of go along with that is a moisturizer that I used after the fact, and it was kind of the same thing. It felt great when I first put it on, and then it was almost like instantly gone. And that is the Peter Thomas Roth Water Drench Hyaluronic Cloud Cream Hydrating Moisturizer. So essentially these two products are just meant for hydration. They feel great, and then they just don't do anything. So that's kind of a bummer. So yeah, so far this is not off to a great start, but that's okay. Maybe we're just weeding the products that aren't meant for us out of the project already, and then we'll get into the good ones later, hopefully. There's a lot of wishful thinking going on in this project right now. So we have 3 products left that we're currently working on. These ones aren't finished, and that's just the Fresh Black Tea Age Delay Eye Concentrate. So far I am liking this one. I don't want to give you too much information just because I'm not done it yet. We also have the NARS Satin Lip Pencil in Rikugien. I'm just going to go with that's how I think it's pronounced. And then also the Hourglass N28 Primer Serum. I'm actually really liking this one. I didn't think I would just because of the consistency, but so far so good, and that's all I'm going to tell you about those products. So to add products into the project right now, I'm going to do it a little different than how I was doing it before, just because there's a couple of products that I want to try based off of products that I previously tried. Let's just stop the rambling and get into it. So the first ones I'm going to add in are the Regenerating Cleanser by Tata Harper. So this one I had already tried once when I used the mask as that midweek pick-me-up, and then also the Repairative Moisturizer as well from Tata Harper. So this is all from the same line. So I guess I just kind of want to finish using these ones up because I did try them when I tried the mask, and why not? And then this one I do not have high hopes for, but don't bash a shot, or this one I don't have high hopes for, but don't bash a product until you try it. And this is the Dior HydrAction, and I don't actually know what it's called because it's kind of cut off in the picture with the fancy flower that's coming up around it. But essentially this is the HydrAction moisturizer. So yeah, don't have high hopes because I feel like this is going to be heavily scented, but we're still going to give it a fair shot. And then, because we have the NARS Satin Lip Pencil in here, I do like the fact that it's kind of an everyday nude color, but I don't really like the satin formula just because I'm someone who prefers a more longer wearing type of product. So I'm going to add in the matte, or the Velvet Matte Lip Pencil by NARS, and this is in the shade Cruella. So hopefully, being matte, it might be a little bit longer lasting, but that's something I'll let you know when I try it. I did just run out of my brow products that I use, so I'm adding 2 of those in. I have Brow Wiz by Anastasia as well as Gimme Brow by Benefit that I'm going to be adding. And then last but not least, I finally used up mascara, so I have none on the go. Everything is now going to be 100% fresh at this point, which is kind of exciting. And the one that we're going to be throwing in is the Makeup Forever Smoky Extravaganza. So that's kind of where we're at right now, but I think we can kind of throw in a couple more skincare samples, so let's do that. I'm not really sure, this is like a big wine glass, like, but I'm not really sure how many I want to add in, so let's just go like this. Holy crap, that was a lot. Did not mean to grab that many, but we're gonna go with it. So first we have the High Potency Face Firming Activator by Perricone MD. I've never tried anything by them before, so that's kind of exciting. You know what, I'm gonna throw half of these back because this is way too much. All right, then we have C Plus Collagen Deep Cream by Dr. Dennis Gross. That sounds kind of moisturizing. And then I will have to look up what this is because all it says is Do It All by Pharmacy. So I'm not sure if this is a moisturizer or an eye cream. But if it's an eye cream, I'm going to be putting it back just because I am still working on the black tea one by Fresh. So yeah, those are going to be the products for this next little while of 365 days of samples. And I will see you guys in the next one to update you. Bye for now.